Hi guys, I'm Emily. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to do a simple cloud study using just one paint color. It'll be really fun. You can actually practice your watercolor techniques without worrying about color mixing. So this is a great one if you're just getting started with watercolor and just want to play around with some simple watercolor techniques. For a complete list of my supplies used in this project, just check out the description below the video. You can access my reference photos using the link in the description. I've used 1/4" painter's tape to create a border all the way around the edge of my paper. And I've placed 2 vertical strips evenly down the middle to create 3 panels. For the first cloud study, I will use the wet and wet technique. Start by wetting the entire area with clean water. Make sure that it's not too wet, but just glistening. Mix some water and paint until you have a beautiful bright blue. Then begin to paint the blue sky around the clouds. You'll notice that the edges are fuzzy. This is intentional. We want this painting to look soft with no hard edges. Use your paper towel to blot your brush to control how wet it is. I love this brush because it can be used for both broad brush strokes and the tiniest details. To create a darker blue sky, just use more paint with less water. Using only one color really allows you to experiment with this one technique. That is, learning how much water to use versus how much paint. You'll quickly discover that using more water creates lighter values, and using more paint creates darker values. For the second cloud study, we will also use the wet and wet technique, but the shape of the clouds is different. These will be low-lying stratus clouds. Again, wet the entire area. Start with a watered-down pigment and use a sideways brush stroke. The blue sky at the top of the painting is the darkest. Drop in some shapes at the bottom of the largest cloud. Use a light, upward, swirling motion to create the effect of a rolling, billowy cloud. Swipe your brush sideways. I fought the texture of the paper a little bit with this smooth stratus cloud, and you might find that if you're painting these particular cloud types, a smoother paper surface such as hot pressed might work better. You can find the same paper block by Arches in hot pressed paper as well. Add variety to your clouds by making some of the streaks darker and some lighter. For the final cloud study, I started by lightly drawing in the contour of the large cumulonimbus cloud. Mix up a rich, deep blue and quickly paint the sky in. This type of direct painting is called wet on dry, since we did not wet our paper first. You do have to paint quickly to prevent hard lines and edges from forming. It feels a little bit like coloring in a coloring book. Next, using a slightly lighter value, paint in the cloud's shadows. Use plenty of water to keep the edges soft. You can paint loosely and expressively here, but squint at the reference photo to check the accuracy of your values. You can do a single color cloud study like this with any color you choose, and it will be a fun exercise in values and basic watercolor techniques. Plus, there's no shortage of daily inspiration when clouds are your subject. I'm totally that person who's constantly gawking at the beauty of the sky and snapping quick cell phone photos to use for paintings later. If you try this project, I'd love to see it. Just tag me on my Instagram at e_Olson_art. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I'll be posting brand new videos every week. Thank you so much for stopping by.